Hey junkies, AB Sigler, a real girl herself, here with this week's Siglocktail tutorial. If you're new to Siglocktails, they are the drink that we drink every Tuesday and Thursday on our SIGLERinPLACE live stream. You can catch that on days that start with a T at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Obviously do the math so that you know what time that is for you. And we're on facebook.com/ScottSigler, twitch.tv/ScottSigler, and youtube.com/ScottSigler. We spend about an hour. Right now we're doing a movie bracket for summer sports movies, not summer sports movies, sports movies. And this week we're going to be drinking a mojito. I'm currently standing in the kitchen of doom, I guess, because it is 1,000,000,000 degrees here in Southern California, and I had to find a place in the house that was bright enough to record with all the blinds closed to try and keep the blistering sun out of our tiny underground lair of doom. Anyway, because it's so hot, we're going to go with a cool, refreshing, iced drink. In fact, we're going to go with the classic, traditional, official drink of Cuba, which is a mojito. It's pretty easy to make. You make it in the glass. The presentation you can see the whole time. I'm sure you've seen a mojito. They're very, very cool to look at. They're also quite refreshing to drink. Real easy. Let's get started. You start with a highball glass. Well, this is actually another pint glass, but it's a cool pint glass with those little crackings on them, so I'm going to use that. And then you start with mint. You take about 10 leaves. These came from my garden just about 20 minutes ago. I have a little garden on the patio. Take about 10 leaves. You pick whichever ones you want. Just throw them in the bottom of the glass like that. No big deal. Then you're going to take 4 lime wedges. This is half a lime, so this is about this much of a lime, just half of a lime, but cut into 4 wedges. And the 4 wedges is important because you're going to put those in your glass too. Then you take a muddler and you squish it up like this. And what you're trying to do here is get your mint leaves crushed up so the mint oils get into the drink, but also get your lime wedges crushed up for the lime juice that's in the wedge, and also the oils that are in the lime peel. So you do that till it's pretty much muddled down at the bottom there. That's kind of what it looks like. No big deal, pretty easy as ever. And then you're going to take 2 more lime wedges, which I have to cut, and 2 tablespoons of plain white sugar. You can put the 2 tablespoons. These are teaspoons because I don't like it super sweet, so I'm going to put 2½ teaspoons. The recipe is actually 2 tablespoons. Obviously, your mileage may vary. Then you're going to take 2 fresh lime wedges, put them in there after you've already muddled the first bit so that there's enough fluid to get the sugar all starting to dissolve. And you're going to muddle this too. Pretty easy. You don't want to do too much, but you want to make sure that they're well ground and that now there's liquid in the bottom there. If you overdo it, you'll get some of that pith and bitterness out of the lime peel into your drink, which might not be the best. But you leave it in the glass. And you take ice, no big deal. As ever, whatever ice cubes. I like to use little ice cubes so that they're a little bit easier to crush if I need them crushed for a drink, but we will see. And then you fill it to almost the top with ice. Then you take your white rum. I'm using standard Bacardi white. And this is 2 ounces, my goodness. Or 1½ fluid ounces, sorry. Or 2, whichever, it's summertime. Pour that in there. And then you take about ½ cup of club soda. I'm just going to measure that so that I don't lose the bubbles by pouring it from one thing to another. You do that. And then you get in there with your spoon and you stir up all that yumminess that's at the bottom of the drink. And it should be lovely and very green. And then you find it, give yourself a sweet little straw. Cheers, dears. This is your mojito. Let's see how we did. Whoop! That one's a little limey, but it's delicious. It's refreshing. It's super easy to make. It's super adorable to make, and will totally work in this super, super, super hot weather. If you would like to join us while enjoying one of these, or anything else at all. Last week we had somebody share our Siglocktail by having Cherry Garcia ice cream, which is totally fine. You can join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time at facebook.com/ScottSigler, twitch.tv/ScottSigler, or youtube.com/ScottSigler. I hope you guys stay cool. If it's hot where you are, I hope you stay dry. If it's wet where you are, I hope wherever you are, you're safe, you're staying informed, you're staying science, and we'll see you on Tuesday.